I met my love by Woolwich Pier, beneath the big queen standing, and all the love I felt for her, it passed all understanding. Took her sailing on the river, flow, sweet river, flow. London town was mine to give her, sweet flows.
제일 변했다고 생각되는 부분은 일단은 뭐 나의 포지션이 달라졌다는 점, 나에게 또 너무 의지하고 있는 어떤 짐, 짐이자 삶의 기쁨인 우리 애가 둘이나 생겼다는 점, 그리고 난 좀 덜 자유로워졌다는 점, 그리고 좀 더 뭔가 완성된 느낌이 난다는 점, 더 안정적인 느낌이 나지만 또 반대로 또 더 뭐라고 해야 되지? 리스크가 큰 느낌? 이게 한번 이렇게 타격을 입으면은 나만 입는 게 아니니까 이제는 그런 느낌? 좀 어른이 돼가고 있는 느낌이지.
10년 전에는 제가 싱글이었고 지금은 이제 결혼을 하는 거 그게 사실 가장 큰 차이고 이제 결혼을 또 이 사람이랑 했잖아요. 이제 한국인이 아니기 때문에 이제 겪는 어떤 그런 에피소드들이 많아요. 그런 것들이 저한테는 가장 큰 차이점. 그러니까 제가 이제 예상하지 못하는 상황들이 계속 벌어지는 것들, 그런 것들이 가장 큰 차이인 것 같아요.
I think most people would say the biggest difference is I don't have as much hair. But actually, I feel like I have more peace inside. So I think that the biggest difference is that in the past, my life was a bit more manic. I was always, on the go, doing things, wanting more things. But now I'm just much more calmer and kind of settled in my life.
제가 한 3학년 때인가 4학년 때 수업 중에 자기가 관심 있는 거에 대해서 뭘 한번 리서치를 해봐라, 발표를 하라 이런 수업이 있었는데 그때 우연히 그냥 YBA에 대한 기사를 보고 이제 그거를 이제 좀 리서치를 하면서 제가 생각했던 그 기존의 현대미술이라는 개념을 좀 많이 깬 이제 그런 것들을 보면서 좀 흥미를 갖게 됐던 것 같아요. 근데 그때 이제 미술 관련해서 이제 어떤 일을 하고 있었는데 그때 되게 영어가 제 발목을 잡는 거예요. 그러니까 일을 하면서 외국 작가들도 만났어야 됐었고, 뭐 어떤 전시의 컨셉 같은 걸 영어로 번역을 해야 된다. 뭐 이런 되게 이제 여러 가지 역할들이 주어졌는데 영어를 못한다는 것 때문에 제가 제대로 제 일을 못했던 거죠. 그게 약간의 컴플렉스가 돼서 이제 가게 됐는데 그때 대부분의 제 이제 교수님들이라든가 주변 사람들이 미국으로 유학을 갔기 때문에 저는 뭔가 좀 다른 데로 가보자라는 생각을 했었어요. 그때 그래서 이제 영국 런던을 가게 된 거죠.
Well, at that time, I really wanted to enjoy my life because I was still young. I just finished university, maybe I was about 22, and some of my best friends were moving to London. But mainly, it's because you get the impression that everything is very exciting. So it has this kind of pull, this kind of attraction, and yeah, I wanted to experience it for myself. Well, basically, I came to Seoul so we could be together. So either I was going to be in a long distance relationship, I don't think this normally works out very well. So I decided to make a big decision to change my life and move to Seoul. At that time we weren't married, came here to continue the relationship. And actually I never regretted that decision.
저는 이제 사실 처음에 영국에서 이제 한국에 왔을 때는 너무 겁을 먹었어요. 그러니까 이미 거기에 너무 익숙해졌었고 런던에 제가 한 5년 정도 있었는데 이제 사실 더 작업할 때는 자유롭게 했던 것 같아요. 뭐 나를 아는 사람도 없고 뭐 어디 얽힌 것도 없고 워낙 작가들도 많고 근데 물론 서울에 와서 또 작가들도 많고 하지만 왠지 모르게 그 이제 두려움이 컸었고 모든 걸 다 처음부터 다시 시작해야 되는 제가 한국에서 활동을 안 했었으니까 그게 제일 큰 두려움이었던 거죠. 사실 그 과정을 지나고 뭐 지금도 뭐 그렇게 뭐 안정적이라고 할 수는 없지만 이제는 조금 익숙해진, 다시 이제 5년 정도가 됐는데 한국에 온 지 이제 또 여기가 익숙해져서 좀 편해졌죠.
Actually, it doesn't look very attractive at the moment, so I'm not in a big rush to go back. And also, just living in London is difficult because you can never save money, and being here, I can kind of regularly save money. I have a job that's better than I could have in London. I have more vacations than I could get in London. So really, I have a higher standard of living here than I would have in London. I miss some of my best friends because I think my best friends are the friends who live in London, but everything else about my life I think is better, apart from this horrible air pollution. But apart from that, yeah.
아니 전혀 후회하지 않아. 아주 좋았어. 난 너무너무 좋아. 왜? 너무너무 좋았는데? 당연히 다시 가고 싶지. 그때는 난 혼자였지만 지금은 우리 가족이 생겼잖아. 가족이 4명이나 되니까 이 완성체인 느낌으로 가서 한번 살아보고 싶어. 혼자 살아봤을 때의 느낌과 약간 그 가족이 돼서 가서 런던에서 느낌이 또 사뭇 다를 것 같아. 그거 느껴보고 싶어. 근데 되게 외로웠잖아 우리가. 참 외로웠잖아. 그런데 지금은 하나도 외롭진 않을 것 같아. 굉장히 또 스펙타클 하겠지.
다양성.
Friends. Smartphones. Smartphone addiction. So that's 2 words. Sorry. Home.
여보세요.
10년 뒤는 여전히 행복하겠지.
我觉得最大的不一样就是我从一个女孩子变成了一个妈妈，然后呢，有了自己的家庭，有先生，有一个可爱的女儿，然后做自己理想中的工作。
这几年回来台湾，然后我做了不同的工作，那就是变成时尚编辑，就是帮杂志工作，然后帮艺人做造型。那也有变成网络的编辑。那最近开始就是做我自己的品牌，自己的品牌生涯到3月开始，那一直到现在，我们透过集资在进行就是这个品牌的销售。那未来也希望可以拓展到各个不同的国家去，这样子。
我觉得最大的变化应该是见识到很多事情，然后包容很多事情，然后越来越知道自己是一个什么样的人。
这10年来，我觉得最大的改变就是除了变老之外，可能变得比较接受自己的个性。以往的个性可能比较害羞、比较内敛，但是同时有自己疯狂的一面没有释放出来。这10年来，就是变得比较能够接受自己的个性之外，也变得比较善于交朋友，比较乐于去交朋友，更融入这个社会，但不是很 in a good way， 是比较融入社会化一些。
会选伦敦呢，是因为我从小就是听 Britpop 长大的，所以自然就是对伦敦有一个比较特殊的感情。那还有就是，我觉得伦敦跟其他城市最大的不同呢，我觉得除了我很多喜爱的乐团都是来自那边，然后当然还有它也是 朋克摇滚的发源地，然后呢，也再来就是像那个 Shakespeare， 还有一些戏剧艺术表演都很蓬勃，所以我觉得他们是一个很古典跟现代结合的很好的一个地方，我觉得这是它最大的不同。
这3个角色对我来说都很重要。对，那在上班的时候，你会觉得非常的有成就感，可以做自己很喜欢的事情。像之前我是fashion editor， 然后可以 就是看很多品牌的东西。可是工作就难免会很累，然后会觉得就是一直工作疲乏了。可是回到家以后，我变成一个 mother， 然后就会觉得小朋友他们很舒压，就是看他们这样子每天在笑啊，每天在玩，陪他们抱抱他们，也是一个 energy 就是的来源这样子。当老婆这件事，就是我跟我的先生 Lawrence 在一起也很久了，我们是到现在也是在一起12、13年了。对，那一直以来都有他陪伴，所以就是也很习惯有他在身边，我们可以一起讨论很多事情，就不管是工作上、生活上的，所以他就是一个很好的朋友，然后很好的先生这样子。所以这3个我觉得都是并存的，都是1/3、1/3、1/3。那我也是喜欢多变的嘛，就是今天突然是妈妈，然后突然是就是出去工作的人，然后现在有自己的品牌，那也开始要越来越有肩膀当一个女强人这样子，那又同时又是老婆的角色，那我觉得这3个这样子变来变去，我也还蛮开心的，不会腻这样子。
我那时候从伦敦回到台湾的时候呢，正好是台湾经济10年内最不好的时候，所以其实我花了非常多的时间找工作。那当然还好，后来我找到了我理想中的工作，那一直做到现在。所以其实我觉得这个等待是很值得的。那我觉得回国之后的有什么感想呢？就是我觉得很有趣，以前还在伦敦的时候都很想回台湾，一直很想家，但是呢，一回到台湾就很想伦敦，就很想再回去。对，我觉得这应该是最有趣的地方。对。
从伦敦回来之后，其实一直很怀念伦敦自由自在的生活，因为当时逃离到那里去，只是想要过一种新的人生，一种新的生活。然后回到台湾之后，其实没有太多很剧烈的改变，还是一样很怀念伦敦的生活之外，可能也会就像刚刚之前所说的，我更加的乐于交朋友，可能变得比较 open mind， 然后目前的生活都是还过得蛮开心顺利的。
去伦敦的时候，其实人是一直在变的。我当时是一个高中的老师，所以我就会觉得去伦敦，学到更多东西以后回来，可能还是继续教书。但是在伦敦这个很大的城市里，我遇到了非常多不同的品牌，那也常常去逛 Topshop、Warehouse 这种，就是伦敦当地的品牌这样子。那也让我就是开启了我对时尚的这个喜爱。那当时也有在这些店里面工作过，所以人就一直变嘛。那我就回来了以后，就想要做时尚相关的东西。那做了10年以后，到现在就是又觉得说 OK， 好像可以来做一个自己的品牌这样子，所以就是不停的在变化。
我觉得没有很大的改变。在伦敦之前，我的生活就是一直做东西，一直做一些自己喜欢的东西创作。然后去伦敦上课的时候也是一样，回来台北的时候，除了就是真正变成大人，然后出社会找工作，但实际上回到自己的房间，还是在做自己喜欢的创作的事情这样。然后我觉得我现在的生活怎么样？我觉得还蛮好的。我觉得生活其实一直都没有真正的改变过。
对我来说呢，伦敦就像是一个梦，我的梦想。那如果用一句话来形容伦敦在我的回忆里面是什么样子的话，我觉得那就是一场我觉得很不可思议的美梦，就是我到了我最梦想的地方，然后去在那边当了学生，过了2年半的生活，对，我竟然做了一场这么美好的梦，现在想起来还是觉得很不可思议。对，
其实就很难用一句话来形容，对，因为伦敦对我来说是包罗万象的，可是对于现在的我来说，短期内是回不去那个地方的，那又很想念当时的美好，在那边的一些美好的日子，所以可能就用 fantasy 这个字来形容，就是我现在很想他，可是我却要 就是可能多年后才可以再过去的一个状况。
伦敦对我而言应该是很兴奋、很自由的，然后因为很年轻的时候，在一个很大空间的文化包容里面，所以我会定义一个字的话，我觉得就是自由。
Lovely， 为什么我会觉得是 lovely 呢？因为我在伦敦认识了很多新的朋友，以及去了很多地方，让我觉得很开心。然后这些朋友到现在都还有联系，然后有的朋友已经变成母亲了，大家的生活都各自有了变化，但是还是常常怀念起伦敦那段生活。每次看到照片或是想起伦敦的生活的时候，总是觉得心里暖暖的，所以很开心。
Well, the biggest change is obviously my children. I have 2 children now. So my life is, well, it's completely different, but also a lot of my life is actually the same, because before you have children you always think, if I have kids everything will be completely different, which is actually not that true, because you still continue to do the same stuff that you do before.
Yeah.
For example, I'm a musician as well as doing other stuff. And I was a little bit worried that, I'd just stop making music and just concentrate on raising kids and all that. But it turns out that I actually give music more time after having kids. So that's maybe the biggest difference. Yes, there's one thing that I think is very important. I get inspiration from my children. It's their enthusiasm and not staying too long on things and thinking it over and over and over again, which I think is really important in art, in all art that you do.
Yeah.
Because your first instinct is usually the right one, and it's okay to finish, to finesse your craft and make it better and better. But I think your thought has to be kind of as pure as you can get it. And pure thought comes from children. So that's what I like. I have not made a master plan, so I would like to integrate music and art more into my life than I do already, because most of my spare time goes into my children, which I love. So I would like to have some kind of good balance between working as a musician and being able to do my own stuff. So yeah, I guess I see myself as a musician when I meet you 10 years from now.
Well, I would say definitely having a son who's now 10 years old
Yes.
and a few months. Yeah, that was definitely the biggest change. It changes your life completely. Makes everything very different. But it's, good. It's
Good.
fun to see him grow and become, get his own personality and stuff like that. Like I said, it's very different.
Yeah.
Most of our friends have kids. We met them possibly because they had kids. It's not like we were looking for people with kids. You have kids? No, we can't hang out with you. But it was through school and play dates where your kid's playing with somebody else, or you meet the parents at school and you find out that you've got things in common and you become friends like that. So everybody's more adult, right, than at Goldsmith. At Goldsmith, there was all students. I don't think anybody had a job there. No.
Nothing at all.
Well, a little more of this. Probably a little more of something else. It's really hard to say because, I don't know, getting older, it kind of feels like maybe we're settling somehow, you know?
Here?
Yeah, or even in life, you know, in terms of like what our phase is. And it kind of feels like the older you get, the longer the phases get. But I don't know if I'm really ready to experiment too much with new phases. It might happen. I have no idea.
So much.
So much.
Too much. Where do I start? The biggest thing was the realization that leaving Norway at 19 and being in London for 10 years, in which time I met you, and then coming back to Norway 10 years later as 29, nothing changed. I had just started here and I thought I'd moved 10 years forward. But I hadn't. In fact, I had literally just gone up like this. 10 years more,
It's
but,
kind of
but
circle.
still nothing had changed
Your mind.
in my head in a way, like, or the way I behaved or choose to behave or whatever. And so I felt like I lost a lot of years. Interesting. I'm a documentarist. I love it, you know. I love to just see what happens, meet crazy people, walk down a path and document it and have some crazy stories. But I realized I was only taking pictures and filming everyone else's story and not making my own. And this is a huge realization since coming back here. And that's maybe the biggest change than what I am right now. And this bothers me. I feel like time is running out. I'm very aware of everything always changes. If you have an opportunity, you need to grab it now. I have a lot of anxiety anchored in London because I had a lot of ambition there, and I don't think I necessarily knew how to manage myself as a human being and get things done. So I failed a lot in London. So I don't go back to London. And it's sad because I have many friends there, and it's a different epoch. It's a different era. It's this book is closed, and for my mind, I have to close it. I have to keep it closed. If I keep reading in the pages, I go crazy. So this has changed, and I feel sad about it because I miss a lot of it. The dreams, the hopes, the people, the places. I'm not in contact with a lot of people because I don't want anything from them, but I miss them. Most of the people I love, I never speak to. But it's hard to speak to people you love. From now and then 10 more years, I don't know. I really don't know. I am scared of it.